Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Witcher 3. We're going to move on to the main quest in this episode. And let's go ahead and just track it. Oh, it's already there. This one is called The Beast of Toussaint. I should just go over what we have been up to because it has been a very long time since we started this quest. If you remember, we did make a quick visit to Toussaint back, I think around episode 70, just to grab those mutations. But now we're back to it. Gonna start this quest in earnest. Let's do this. So, no sooner had Geralt arrived in Toussaint than he got his first taste of its local color. As he was clip-clopping along the high road, chit-chatting with Milton and Pomeran, a most unusual sight unfolded before his eyes. Here was a knight with all the expected accoutrements, charging headlong at a windmill. The situation became clear a moment later when a giant strode from behind the windmill and charged right back at the knight. And before anyone could say, only in Toussaint, the Witcher and all three knights were swinging away at the brute, amidst the freshly crumbled ruins of the mill and a herd of panic-stricken sheep. At long last the giant lay defeated, and the men who had vanquished it could make their introductions. Then engage in the kind of conversation that oft happens over a fresh monster corpse. The young giant slayer gave the three arrivals fresh tidings. The beast had struck again. The body of its most recent victim now lay on a riverbank nearby. Geralt decided he needed to see it and explore the crime scene, while Milton thought it both wise and courteous to accompany the Witcher. Geralt failed to find the victim's body on the riverbank. It seemed the ducal guard had removed it to the cool cellars of the Corvo Bianco estate. Ever the ferreter, however, Geralt did spot something the soldiers had overlooked. Based on the item, and with Milton's help, he established the identity of the beast's most recent victim. Yet he failed to divine the species, genus, or family of the creature that had perpetrated the crime. Only an autopsy could help him do that. So Geralt set off for Corvo Bianco, alone this time, as duties at court had called Milton to the ducal palace. Okay, so we're off to Corvo Bianco. Let's just walk through Beauclair. I'm going to follow my quest marker and investigate this body.
Kiss a dog's ass.
Now, just for full disclosure, I know we will be fighting a lot of vampires in this series, or in this DLC. So before I started recording, I made a couple of bombs, in particular these moondust bombs, enhanced moondusts, as well as several enhanced black blood potions. Hoping those will help. Black blood, I don't know, like what does the enhanced version do again? Let's see. I don't think it does anything different from the standard version. So it's right here. 40% damage return, 40% resistance to bleeding. Witcher's blood injuries, and knocks back vampires and necrophages when they wound him. Yeah, so I think the superior version actually passively damages vampires and necrophages around me even without doing anything. That's how it worked in Vanilla Witcher 3 at least, but I don't know how it works in Enhanced Edition. And also, it's very hard to craft superior potions. You need like all of the best ingredients, including pure distillates and just very rare and valuable monster parts. Some of which I didn't have, so that's why I wasn't able to craft superior ones. But hopefully 40% damage reflection, that should help a little bit. I mean, I have 6,000 health, right? So even if you assume that I go down to like 1 health at the end of the fight, the amount of damage I reflect would only be just over 2,000. Not that much, like what, 2,400 if I go down to 1 health. It's not that significant. That amount of damage I can probably do with 2 or 3 sword swings. Maybe just 2 if it's strong attack. So I'm hoping the knockback effect helps. Like whenever I get hit. That's kind of where black blood would be useful against those Alps and Bruxa. Otherwise, probably just better off using swallow potions or White Rafford's decoctions to halt the bleeding. I don't even know if those enemies even apply bleeding, honestly. They, I don't remember. Have to look back on some of my other videos, but I am sure we will encounter another one of those vampires soon enough. Okay, so here it is. Corvo Bianco. What time of day is it? Oh, 6:48 p.m. Very interesting time to be investigating a mansion. Oh yeah, and we have that signature Toussaint investigation music going on here. Alright, let's see what's going on.
Damn it. Killer must still be here.
Oh, hey. You okay, dude? Oh, I guess he's not okay. Well, would be a waste to leave those items behind. Might as well loot them. Oh, I didn't mean to take that, but sure.
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs.
Yeah, everything is screaming vampire.
Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be.
Oh boy.
Killed with a single blow.
Okay. Oh, there's one of those hoods that these vampires like to wear, as we've seen in previous episodes.
Woman from the inn was wearing this coat.
Yeah. Oh, right. We did come across a woman when we were at the Cockatrice Inn. Yes, she was acting very suspicious.
In the cellar, gotta be. Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand. River muck carried the body in his cart.
Ah, okay, so they were transporting the body from the river to Corvo Bianco until they were ambushed by this vampire. Oh!
Footprints. Small bare feet lead deeper into the cellar.
I thought someone was still alive there, but apparently that was his last dying cough.
Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
Okay, well, I mean, we already know at this point that we will be fighting a vampire, so I might as well prepare a little bit. Enhanced black blood is exactly why I brewed these potions. And am I using any kind of oil? Let's go with brown oil to give it a bit more bleeding damage. I'm sure vampires can bleed, right? Yeah, they drink blood. They must also have blood of their own. And I will get my moon dust at the ready. Save and head in here.
Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down.
Yeah, they may be like small little ladies, but
Used this to batter down the grate.
when they transform into vampires, they're very powerful. There she is.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Just a random human hand.
We don't have to fight.
Oh, but we do.
You are wrong.
Okay, well the game is going to inherently draw the silver weapon, but I need to switch to my other weapon.
I cannot let you leave.
Alright, here we go. Bruxa. Oh, that was not a good start. Okay, let's apply the Quinn here. Moon dust. Throw it. Come on. Yes, got it. This is why I like to use the cluster bombs. Even if I don't hit it straight on, it still has a really good chance of hitting it. Okay. Actually, it's still like slightly effective. Even though it doesn't stun it completely, it still knocks it back.
What? Lost your nerve?
Okay, it's kind of playing hard to get. Let's put down a Yurden, maybe slow it down a little bit. Yeah, it's still going to do those jumps, which are kind of annoying, but this particular vampire doesn't have a whole lot of health, so I'm just chipping away at it. And also, I'm seeing that it's just taking a lot of passive damage. I wonder if that's from the black blood. Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, there. That finished it off. Oh, okay. That wasn't so bad.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
These Bruxa are nowhere near as devastating as the Alps. They really like to get up and close and then just swipe at you. These ones, they're more evasive and just jump around all over the place. Or maybe it's because this is a story fight, they purposely made it easier, I don't know. But we got a Bruxa mutagen out of that, so let's see what that does. I do have several mutagens that give me stamina regeneration and vigor regeneration. I don't know if those are really necessary. Oh, critical hit damage bonus. Okay, that's okay, I guess. 11% is not that significant, but I guess it works. So I'm thinking about maybe switching up my vigor regeneration mutagen with something like Quen intensity. Because Quen is just so powerful right now. Oh my goodness.
Stinks.
Yeah, it's a dead body. Tends
Waterlogged.
to happen.
Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
Alright, time for another one of those investigations. So let's take a look at the head.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins.
Pouch filled with
Guardian
florins.
from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
You know, this is not the first time a vampire has mutilated a body and then stuffed it full of weird items. If you remember our killer vampire from Novigrad, he is called Hubert. He also did something like this. It seems to be a trend among these vampire people.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Yes, we're definitely looking at a higher vampire here. Bruxa are lesser vampire, even though they are pretty difficult to take out. Nothing compared to a higher vampire, though. Oh, we will see. We will see. Let's take a look at this severed hand that this woman was playing around with.
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
And yeah, in the meantime, just put that hand in your pocket, right? Unusual severed hand. Nothing gross about that.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Aha. It's finally about time to meet the Duchess. Okay, I guess we can just leave the cellar now. Yeah. This nice little vampire corpse in here. We'll definitely need someone to clean that out, as well as all of these other human corpses. Not very suitable for a wine cellar at the moment. And no, there's no wine I can loot. Okay, let's go then. Alright, so we need to ask Palmerin to take me to the Duchess. Okay, let's go. It's about time. Seems like he's just going to be in Beauclair. That's nice. So, yeah, I was going to say, this one particular Bruxa was a lot easier than the other, I guess, 3 that we faced. I mean, one of them was an Elp, but in the last episode, we also fought 2 Illusion Bruxa. And those were not too bad, but I guess I didn't have the black blood on that fight, so it still gave me some problems. This one, though, it didn't seem like he had a lot of health, and plus it was taking just like passive damage. I don't know if that's from the black blood. The black blood, the enhanced one at least, shouldn't be doing that, but hey, maybe it's just a hidden effect. The superior one should definitely be doing that if we were playing vanilla Witcher 3. Okay, so, a lot of people here. Very festive. This must be the chivalric tourney that the town crier was talking about. Oh my goodness, it's so lively. My frame rate is taking a dip, but crazy. I love seeing all these people. Where's Palmer? Ah, there he is. Telling a story to the kids. That's cute.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine, what about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
That tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Oof, man, such a philosophical question from such a small kid. What would Geralt say in this situation? Being a witcher who has experienced so much, he's basically completely desensitized to what even virtue and villainy is. He just does things for money, essentially. I mean, if that is the case, he would say the stronger side wins. And in some... there is some truth to that, right? Whoever is the strongest gets to rule. But, let's see what happens if I say this. This is the closest thing to a Geralt response, I think.
Much as we might not like it, virtue's got nothing to do with it. Victory goes to the stronger.
So, is there no point to being virtuous?
Not what I said.
Then what's needed to vanquish villains?
A sharp sword and some skill.
But what if there's lots of villains and they've sharp swords too? And lots of skill.
That's where virtue starts to matter. Because they say the gods reward the virtuous after death.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents.
That was actually a very apt response. I like that.
Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Gift from the Emperor. Now, what the hell is Amir doing with a Shaelmar? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty dangerous.
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw the spectacle of the sword at the arena in Nunwood. There, a knight defeated a Shaelmar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shaelmar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shaelmar. And that's not even every witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster that dangerous in front of a crowd? Plain irresponsible.
Okay, so who is the sucker who's going to fight this thing?
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Okay, we'll leave him to it. Let's go see the Duchess.
Let's go.
Oh, he's holding the Sir Camelot Greatsword. That weapon's awful.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Yeah. Good
It's
luck
begun.
conserving your stamina with that
The
weapon.
fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Yeah. They're gonna like taunt it a little bit first, make it more angry.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, you know it's not over. Why are you clapping?
Damn it. We have to help him.
Okay, here we go. Not the kind of royal audience I was expecting, unless that's a Sheomar royalty. But oh jeez, oh dude, that is, oh that's pretty brutal. Okay, this dude needs to shut up. He's distracting me from my task. Oh, let's go. Get a hit off. Okay, gotta be careful because even with my Earth Sign set, I saw that one of his attacks made me stagger. Now I didn't like parry it properly on time, but still. Okay, let's see. Axie should do it. Oh shoot. Hoping Axie would do something. Okay. Dude, is Palmer gonna die? Dude literally has no health left. Yeah, he's dead. Well, I mean, maybe not. Maybe he's just temporarily taking out of commission. Yeah, Axie doesn't do a whole lot. It just makes it go back into its shell. I guess I can put down a Yurden to do some damage over time. Maybe take out my crossbow. This La Papillon guy, seriously. Oh! He needs to shut up. Jeez, no! Did you see that? It basically just like homes in on me no matter how much I dodge. Is that... I don't remember that being a thing. Was that ever a thing? Okay, maybe I have to like dodge right into him so I get to the other side. Well, I mean... yeah, we can try that again. Okay, so yeah, we can just Axie it when it does start rolling attacks, so try this again. The problem is, once I Axie it just goes back to its shell, and I can't hit it. Homerin is trying though. Trying real hard. Come on, get out of that shell. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, while it's doing that, oh, there we go. Give him an Axie, and I'm also going to put down a warding glyph just to do a little bit more damage to it. And I don't really like the fact that it spends such a long time in the shell. Oh, but nice. Both actually hurt it. That's very good. Speaking of things that hurt, Homerin, you need to stop being so aggressive with this guy. Give him another Axie. And oh, looks like, oh no, nope, definitely don't want to go next to that. And there goes Palmerin again. Silly little Baron, this guy. It's really funny that my boats do damage while he's back in the shell. Oh god. Oh, damn it. Shell Mars. Harder than they look. Come on. Those boats. Leg injury. Nice. I'm sure that does nothing though. Ow! Seriously. Give him another axie and just finish it off with my boats. Hopefully. No, no, no. Oh, wow. If I were a bit smarter, I would have used another axie instead of dodging. Damn. Third attempt. Man, I'm telling you, this guy is hard, and there's really no way to prevent Palmerin from dying in this one. I don't think he actually dies, but still. He's just an idiot trying to attack it while it's doing that crazy spinning thing. Die. Oh. Nice. Let's just give him another axie. And put down the Yurden. Gotta use all my tools, right? And then shoot it. These shell Mars, man. Crazy difficult. There we go. Crossbow boats for the win.
The Shelmar lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
And what about Palmerin? Is he going to be okay?
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Oh, yeah, I might as well kill it so it can't kill any other people, right?
It suffered enough.
No need to have sympathy for monsters.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Oh yeah, he's okay.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help. Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Okay, so there we have it. Anna Henrietta, the Duchess of this place. Fringilla Vigo used to be part of her court, but she turned out to be kind of a traitor. So, I mean, I don't really know what happened between them. I mean, Fringilla is supposed to be Anna's cousin of some sort. Maybe not direct cousins, but definitely related. And she just kind of escaped, I guess. Anyways, fight against the Shelmar. Yeah, not a good idea.
Your Grace. Shelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained. And as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Okay, so about this task.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Damien. You know, I'm surprised Anna Henrietta is this nice towards Geralt. Because the last time they met, they didn't exactly end things on really good terms. Because the way I remember it, I'll go over that a bit later.
Have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings.
Okay, let's see. Bruxa killed some guardsmen, yes, but we also killed the Bruxa, so that's fine.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No, a Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
Yes. Listen to me.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Ooh, well, that's the law of surprises. Yes, usually, but not always. If I really wanted to be traditional, I would say yes. You know, I don't think I've ever answered yes to this. I wonder what happens. Let's do it.
Yes, Your Grace. The law of surprise. Time-honored.
We shall be candid. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What awaits at the palace are edicts to sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But, Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Okay, so 2 victims so far. Let's talk about the first one.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Ooh, yeah. Very akin to the killer from Novigrad. Okay, let's talk about the second victim.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Alright, so to sum up, both older knights, these victims. And by the way, I just have to say something. The first victim here, called Crespi, that's just a funny name to me, I'm sorry. Crespi. Just one letter off. And he would be called Crispy, and that would have been hilarious. Anyways. Victims.
So, first 2 victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Numismatics. Oh, I do not know what that word means. Can you just add a new chivalric virtue like that? I know there are 5 of them. I could never name all 5. It's like wisdom, honor, valor. I don't know. I think generosity is one of them. But I think they added... Did they just say they added a 6th? Enterprise? That doesn't sound like a chivalric virtue to me. But sure, I mean... The Toussaint, as they call themselves, can just do whatever they want, I suppose.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
There they are. So I got all of them except for compassion. Interesting. I wonder what the difference is between honor and valor. And she obviously forgot to mention the 6th, enterprise, apparently. So why those 5 in particular?
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Okay, fair enough. Beasts denouncing moral decay. Ooh, fancy.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Ooh, some connection at last. A team, huh?
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Okay, so then we need to find Milton.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Okay. Looks like Anna really values the life of her subordinates, which I can certainly respect.
Your Grace!
Can't say the same about her dress, though. Clearly doesn't care about that.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Rips it off, but is worried about it getting wrinkled. Okay.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Is it me, or did that guy look a little like Radovid? I don't know, his facial structure just kind of reminded me of Radovid. Alright, so on to the festivities, but we're not supposed to like alarm anyone. We have to try to save Milton. Yeah, things actually ramped up in seriousness very quickly. Or if you will, that escalated quickly, yes. Let's go!
It's her! Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
Oh my goodness. Just riding our horses through the palace.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Well, I feel like for safety concerns, someone should always know where the hare is hiding. Someone who's not participating in the games. But I guess not. We'll just keep going. It looks like her movements are a little bit glitchy. It's okay.
On second thought, through here.
Those kids' movements are a little glitchy too.
I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Unicorn horn, golden fish. What fish?
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
Oh.
The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Okay. Once again, that escalated really quickly. Oh my goodness. You know, okay, let me take a look at my quest log here. We have a new one called No Place Like Home. Yes, as part of the reward for hunting down the beast, Anna is giving us the deed to Corvo Bianco, so now we can make that our home. But for the time being, we need to find the golden fish and look for the unicorn horn. And these three will combine together to create the clue that will allow us to find Milton. But you know, like, I want to continue doing this episode, but I think I'll leave that for the next one. But before we end things off, I wanted to just go over briefly about the backstory of Anna Henrietta and Geralt, as well as earlier she mentioned Viscount Julian, who is Dandelion's real name, and why there is such a tense relationship between the two of them. So Dandelion and Anna used to be lovers at one point. Like, they spent a lot of time just in Toussaint being lovers. What the heck? Did I just get toxicity fever? Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. But apparently Dandelion did something that really, really upset her. And her, being the duchess, basically the grand ruler of the entire country, she ordered him executed. Hold on. Let me read you guys a passage from one of the Witcher books here. I actually found it just very recently, and I wanted to go over what it is exactly that Dandelion committed. So here we go. So this is page 470 of The Lady of the Lake, published by, let me just see, who is the publisher of this book? Orbit Books. Okay. So it is known that Julian Alfred Pancratz, Viscount de Lettenhove, alias Dandelion, by sentence of the Ducal High Court, has been found guilty of all of the crimes, misdeeds, and offenses of which he is accused, namely lèse-majesté, treason, and furthermore sullying the dignity of the noble estate through perjury, lampooning, calumny, and slander, also roistering and indecency, as well as debauchery, in other words, harlotry. Thus the tribunal has adjudged to punish Viscount Julian, etc., primo, by defacing his coat of arms, by painting diagonal black lines on his escutcheon, secundo, by the confiscation of his property, land, estates, copses, forests, and castles. So, originally the sentence was supposed to be, well, I mean, on top of all that, actually, let me see if I can keep going here a moment. This is interesting, I think. I'm sure all of you guys are extremely interested about this backstory. Let me just skip a few paragraphs down here. There it is. So we have the first and second, primo, secundo. Now, tertio, the chief penalty, Anna Henrietta reigning over us as her enlightenment, the Duchess of Toussaint and Lady of Beauclair, has deemed to commute the punishment provided for the above-mentioned crimes of being dragged behind horses, broken on the wheel, and quartered to beheading by axe. May justice be done. So that's the entire sentence. He was supposed to be executed right there for all those crimes. No specifics were given. Given Dandeline's personality, right, it's perfectly possible that he committed all those deeds, but I'm pretty sure the court of Toussaint is kind of blowing things out of proportion, and Anna Henrietta just got really upset about maybe just a tiny misdoing by Dandelion. We never find out exactly what he did, and I guess it's just up to interpretation. And he was to be, completely humiliated and executed. But then at the last second, before he was executed, apparently Anna rescinded the entire punishment. So as a result, all he got was just exile out of Toussaint instead of, all the other stuff, including the quartering and the beheading. So she did mention that a little earlier, and I don't know. We're definitely not timed on this mission, right? Yeah, we're not timed, so we're fine. But yeah, it's just interesting that she brings that up, and she also brings up Dandelion in a conversation, just all nonchalantly saying, have you seen Dandelion recently or whatever. But yeah, that's the entire history. And the last thing Geralt did in Toussaint before we come back here to do this contract was taking Dandelion and just getting the hell out of there, because he feels that if they were to stay in Toussaint any longer, then Anna would just take back sparing his life and just execute him anyway. She is a relatively fickle woman, as we will discover later on in this DLC. But anyways, we have the deed to Corvo Bianco here. Let's move on. This will give us a house to live in, as well as a nice little vineyard to just do our random non-Witcher business in here in Toussaint. So we, Anna Henrietta, by the grace of the gods, Duchess of Toussaint, do hereby grant Geralt of Rivia crest of the bridge, the lands belonging to the estate of Corvo Bianco, together with all goods and chattel found thereon. Furthermore, Geralt of Rivia now becomes the owner of the estate and swears to see to its care and upkeep. He is to make it fertile and beautiful, and shall enrich himself from the harvest that the land provides, for his own glory and the glory of Toussaint. Let it be known to all and sundry that in our fair domain deeds of beauty shall never go unrewarded, and the land shall never lie fallow, for both deeds and land exist to bear good fruit. Her illustrious grace, Anna Henrietta. And we also get a key. Perfect. And let's not forget this pouch filled with florins and the unusual severed hand in our inventory that we got this episode. Anyways, guys, we're going to end things here. Next time we come back, we're going to find the unicorn horn and the golden fish. It's going to be very exciting. I hope you enjoyed this time. I'll see you in the next one.